Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at Polestar. There are some major news in the space for Polestar. The Polestar 4, the SUV coupe. That the Polestar 4 goes on sale in China as the news was released. Now this is major news for a few different reasons. However, this was quietly swept under the rug for some mysterious reason. This was quietly started rolling out. This was quietly mentioned by Polestar, by the company. The only acknowledgement I can find of this is the Polestar press release of the Polestar partnership beginning with Mobileye for autonomous driving technology within the Polestar 4. Within the article, it is mentioned that the Polestar 4 goes on sale in China as the news was released, and it will go on sale globally in 2024. Now, this news was released on the 25th of August this year, this month. That's literally 5 days ago. That was literally last Friday. The Polestar 4 officially started going on sale in China on Friday. And I don't think Polestar has done enough with this news, with this opportunity. This is a huge milestone for the company. They are bringing a new EV to the global market, starting with China, of course. But this is a huge milestone. This should be announced correctly. This deserves its own article. This deserves its own videos. This information, this deserves its own press release. However, this was not even mentioned on the Polestar CEO's Twitter account. In fact, Thomas Ingleth hasn't really posted on Twitter since June, which seems wild. I actually thought he's been posting, but apparently he hasn't been posting. So that was a huge shock for myself, but also the fact that the company Twitter page hasn't posted about the Polestar 4 starting its deliveries, going on sale in China. Now, I know Polestar vehicles are oddly not well sold in China. However, the company is still only at one vehicle at the moment, so you've got to cut them some slack. And this is what makes the Polestar 4 starting its deliveries, going on sale, such a huge milestone. Because for the first time, we have a second vehicle that is on sale that is not the Polestar 2. And like I said, it was not acknowledged by their Twitter account. There's nowhere on their Twitter that I can find this information. Now, when they posted about Mobileye, they posted the article, of course, the press release, I should say, and they just tweeted saying driving a Polestar is mostly fun when it isn't. Mobileye Advanced Driver Assistance System are there to support you. Polestar 4 uses Mobileye vision based on ADAS from the start. We're working to add Mobileye Chauffeur in the coming years. But nothing on the fact that this vehicle is officially started deliveries. Now, I personally don't think that's correct. That's not the way a company should market their brand. That's not the way they should be marketing their products, bringing new products to the market. Absolutely not. I happen to believe that more needs to be said about this. Now, within the press release, Thomas Ingleth, the CEO, also commented, "I'm really happy with the Polestar 4's production readiness is advancing. A collaboration with Mobileye can significantly push innovation in our Polestar 4 electric performance SUV coupe. We know that driving yourself is not always fun and exciting. This technology means our customers could enable autonomous driving when they want, making all future journeys enjoyable." And perhaps, Thomas, you could have added something a bit more interesting, such as making people's journeys safer, because at the end of the day, part of bringing autonomy to vehicles, self-driving technology, is also to increase the safety of road users, of passengers. But this is the only acknowledgement from the CEO. Just a statement. I don't think that's enough, personally. I do not think that's enough. Perhaps they have more planned in the next coming month, weeks. This is an inauguration for the Polestar vehicle, going on sale last Friday. In China, I am quite sure that this vehicle has already sold a few units already. Well, why aren't we seeing videos of these vehicles rolling off the production line in China? Why aren't we seeing more content based on this vehicle? This is a huge vehicle for Polestar. This is actually a really nice vehicle for the company. This vehicle is the fastest vehicle they've ever produced. It's the most powerful vehicle they've ever produced. And I don't think they're making a big deal about it. They're just being like, oh yeah, by the way, we started delivering these vehicles in China. Or should I say, okay, by the way, we started putting these vehicles on sale in China. Perhaps they haven't started delivering yet because maybe no sales yet. But what about the pre-orders? Perhaps people in China already placed a pre-order, so technically these vehicles could already be delivered. And the fact that we're not even in Q4 yet, this is actually more exciting. I've seen a few images of the Polestar 4 vehicles, more in China, and it's really exciting. And I'm wondering, like, why isn't this content coming out of the Polestar company, coming from the CEO account, from the designer account? Why am I not getting more content from Polestar? They should be making a huge deal about this new vehicle launching, going on sale in China, perhaps even starting deliveries soon. We know deliveries are supposed to get started around Q4. Next month is September. It's not even Q4 yet. So will they start delivering early before Q4? That would be even better for the company going forward. People always ask, why is the stock price not doing particularly well? Well, this is one of the reasons why. Here's a company that's bringing a new vehicle to the market, a revolutionary vehicle in fact, a beautiful vehicle in fact, a vehicle that will sell a great amount in my opinion. The pricing is good, the size of the vehicle is perfect, people will love this vehicle. I already love this vehicle. In fact, all I need them to add to this vehicle is Sentry mode so I can keep an eye on my vehicle remotely. So my vehicle can capture motion detection remotely. They probably have that feature in this vehicle. I don't know because they haven't told us. They haven't given us an in-car review, an in-car experience of this vehicle. They haven't released enough information about the new tech that's coming to this vehicle. Polestar, you're not doing enough. Honestly, just invite me out. Just invite me out to China for a couple of weeks. Give me a couple of these vehicles. Let me tour it. Let me have my experience. Let me share with the people, with the Polestar community, the amazing features that is coming to this car. Let me share with the community this amazing car that's coming to the rest of the world globally in 2024. Let's get people excited. Let's get people thinking to themselves, you know what? I need this vehicle. I was going to buy a Tesla, but I'm going to buy this car. Let's get the word out there. Let's get the car out there. People need to know more. But I think Polestar is taking a more professional approach. They're taking a more laid back, they're going into this market as if they're Rolex. You know, Rolex is that premium brand. They're very private. They're very quiet. They do whatever they want. They hold a lot of information back. They take a long time to build the bloody watches. Polestar's kind of reminded me of Rolex. Really great cars, expensive cars, premium luxurious cars, but the brand just doesn't give me enough information sometimes. I need this company to be doing more. I want news all the time, not just when it's convenient, not just when it's pre-planned, not just when it's pre-booked. The new partnership with Mobileye is actually really exciting. The fact that Polestar is bringing autonomy to their vehicles and perhaps to other future Polestar vehicles. And try to understand, the Polestar 4 is vastly different from the other Polestar vehicles. This vehicle will have a landscape display. That's uncommon. This vehicle will have a lot more cameras than the typical Polestar vehicles. It is almost as if this vehicle, they thought, how can we beat Tesla? How can we do what Tesla do, but do it better? That's literally what this vehicle is. And I don't think they're making a big enough deal about it. I think this will probably be one of the best selling models for Polestar, if not the best selling model. It is basically a sedan, just a little bit bigger, half SUV, and it has a similar price, just a little bit more expensive than the Polestar 2. But what you get for that price, you get a lot more performance, you get a lot more mileage, or should I say a lot more range, not to mention you get a slightly larger vehicle with a lot more cameras, great for security. You get far more features in this vehicle as well. There's so much to this vehicle. I just think it's a little bit disappointing to see the brand lay back on this subject, to be specific. This car is going on sale in China. If the deliveries don't start now, deliveries will be beginning in the next month or two. That's a huge deal. Maybe that's what they're waiting on. But in my opinion, why wait? This is all about selling cars. So if it's about selling cars, let's get the news out there. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, the news is probably out there already. No, there's more information about this car that we need to explore. I still haven't seen a full in-depth review of this car. So they are taking things slowly, and perhaps that's their strategy long term. But that strategy, the strategy that Polestar is taking, it's not going to do a lot for investors right now. Right now, investors are not going to be particularly pleased because stocks and share price is a little bit down. And for the Polestar company, right now, stock's price is probably just under $4. For this share price to go to $10, $15, $20, we're looking at 2025, 2026. If we're looking at $30, $40, we're looking at 2027, 2028. Perhaps when they get a new factory in Europe, perhaps when they get their own factory in the US, perhaps when they start delivering the Polestar Roadster, that's when we'll see some real share price. But for the foreseeable future, expect the share price to remain quite cheap. And that's a good thing for investors. At least it's a good thing for me, because I like to buy cheap shares, especially cheap shares of a great company. But for other investors, they're getting a little bit impatient. So Polestar is playing the long game. But the question is, can the other investors afford to play the long game with Polestar? Polestar can afford to play the long game, but can other investors afford it? That's the important question. So I'm afraid that is it for today. Let me know what you think about this. I'll probably write an article on this as well, because I think this deserves a lot more attention. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.